Good morning, dear students. How are you? Okay, in the last class, we have studied about the various characteristics of the living organism. What about the various characteristics of the living organism? The various characteristics of the living organism were living things are made up of cell, living things can reproduce, living things respire, living things grow. So these were some of the basic characteristics of the living organism. After that, we have learned the difference between living and non-living component of the environment. Then we saw about the ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is the interaction between the physical and the biotic environment. Then there came the two important terms, biotic and abiotic. What is the meaning of abiotic? All the living organism, all the non-living organism, all the non-living organism in the surrounding were termed as abiotic. All the non-living things were called abiotics. Example: wood, plastic, stone, mud. These all come under the non-living or abiotic component of the environment. After that, we saw the biotic factors. All the living organism come under the biotic. What are the living organism? Humans, animals, birds, these all come under the living or biotic component. Today we will see the interaction, how the non-living things or abiotic and living things, biotic and all biotic, how they are related, how abiotic factors are related with biotic factors, and how biotics and biotic factors are interrelated to each other. Today we will see that how there is a relation between the abiotic and biotic into biotic. So today we will see the interaction between the biotic and abiotic. So today here we will see interaction between, first we will see biotic and biotic. How the living organisms are related with each other. Biotic component. How the living things or biotic components are interrelated with each other. So once again, first we will revise what are the biotic components. What are the biotic components we see in our daily life? What are the biotic components? Birds, plants, animal, microorganism. These all come under the biotic component of the environment. So we will just write the name biotic. What come under the biotic? Plants, animal, humans, birds. So all the living organisms come under the biotic component. All the living organisms come under the biotic components. So first we will see how plants help other organisms or other biotic component. So what are how does the plant helps the biotic component? So first of all, plant provide fruits, that is we can say fruits and food to the living organism. So we all know that all our food items, major food items come from the plants, that is grains, fruits, vegetables. These all come from the plants, fruits, vegetables, grains. Every major component of our food items come from the plant. All our major food components come from the plant. All our major food components come from the plants. That is fruits, whatever we eat, whatever the vegetables we eat, whatever the grains we eat, that all comes from the plant. So first necessary point is plant provide food and food items to the other living organisms. First important use is plants provide the food for the living organism. Next important use of a plant is plant provides shelter. Plant provides shelters to the living organism. Many living organisms like monkeys, chimpanzee, these all live on the branches of the trees. These all live on the branches of the trees. Whereas the trunks, the holes of the trunk, the holes in the trunk, the holes in the trunk are the homes of many organisms or many animals like squirrels, some snakes. These all live in the holes of the, some birds lives in the holes of the trunk. So plants provide shelter to the many of the organism. Next important use of a plant, plant provide most important thing, that is oxygen. Plant provide oxygen to all the living organism, which is the most basic need for living. What is the most basic need for living for the living organism is oxygen. So plant provide oxygen to the living organism, which help the living organism to breathe. There is no life possible without the oxygen. Without the oxygen, there is no life possible for the living organism. So the most important thing that the plant provide is the oxygen. Got this? Next. So these are some of the uses which plants help to the biotic components. Now we will see that how animals help the plant. Now we will see that how the animals help the plant. These were some of the uses that how plants help the animal. Now we are seeing some of the uses that how animals help the plant. So first use, some animals like butterfly or birds carry the pollen grains, which help the plant to reproduce. Some organism like butterfly, some birds carry the pollen grain from one place to another. So these pollen grain help the plant to reproduce. So first important use of the animals for the plant is animals help the plant to reproduce by carrying the pollen grain from one place to another. Next, animals like monkey, elephant, whatever the fruit they eat, they store the seed inside their stomach. They eat the fruit, and through this fruit, the seed also goes inside their stomach, and when they move from one place to another, these seed falls through their droppings. These seed falls through their dropping, so they help in the transfer of seeds. Animals also help in the transfer of seed. Animals like monkey, elephant, even human beings helps in the transfer of seeds. Okay. Next important use is the animals like sheep When they passes through the bushes, their wool gets touched with their wools carry the seeds. So again, animals like sheep carry the seeds in their wools, in their skins, and they also help in the transfer of the seeds. So in this way, animals help the plant to reproduce. So what is the main? How does the animal help the plant? Animal help the plant to reproduce, or we can say animal help the plant to multiply. Animal help the plant to multiply. Okay. Next. Next important thing is recycling of the nutrition. That how the nutrients are recycled. First meaning, what is the meaning of recycling? Recycling is getting back the same thing. Recycling means getting back the same thing. So, recycling of nutrients. So before moving on to this topic, let us see that what are the types of organism on the basis of nutrients. In chapter number 1 we have studied on the basis of nutrition how many types of organism are there. There are, on the basis of nutrient, there are 2 types of organism. We have seen the 2 types of organisms are autotrophs and heterotrophs. On the basis of nutrition, there are 2 types of organism, autotrophs and heterotrophs. What are the autotrophs? Autotrophs are the organism which prepare their own food. What are the autotrophs? Autotrophs are the organism which prepare their own food. So what is the example? The only example of the autotrophs which prepare, or the only example is the green plant. Green plant are the only organism which prepare their own food. Can you say the name of the process through which they prepare their food? They prepare their food with the help of a photosynthesis. They prepare their food with the help of photosynthesis. So the process through which green plant make their food in the presence of sunlight, water and chlorophyll. What is the chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is a green color pigment present in the leaves of a plant. So what is a photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process through which green plants prepare their own food in the presence of water, sunlight and chlorophyll is the process known as photosynthesis. And what are the heterotrophs? Heterotrophs are the organisms which cannot prepare their own food or which are dependent on the other organism for their food. So, the heterotrophs are the organisms which cannot prepare their own food or they depend on other organisms for their food. What are the some heterotrophs we see? Heterotrophs we see are humans. Humans comes under the heterotrophs. Humans, animals, birds. These all come under the heterotrophs. These all come under the heterotrophs. Okay, my dear students? So just we saw that green plant make their own food with the help of process known as photosynthesis, due to which they are also called the producer. Though they prepare their own food, they are also called the producers. Producer because they prepare, plants are called producer because they prepare their own food. Plants are called producers because they prepare their own food with the process known as photosynthesis. And what is a photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process in which green plant make their own food in the presence of chlorophyll and water and sunlight. So they, due to this process, they are also known as producers. And more about heterotrophs. So heterotrophs are further categorized into few categories. Heterotrophs are further categorized into few categories. We will just see them. heterotrophs. So heterotrophs are further categorized into three categories. Primary consumers. Plants are called producers because they prepare their own food. While heterotrophs are divided into three categories. First come the primary consumer. Second come the secondary consumers. And finally, it comes from the scavengers and the decomposers. So what are the primary consumers? Primary consumers under this category, all the herbivorous organisms. What are the herbivorous? The organisms or the animals which eat only green plants are called the herbivores, and all the herbivores come under the primary consumers. All the herbivores comes under the primary consumers. What are the herbivores? Herbivores are the animals which eat only green plants. The animals that eat only the green plants are called the herbivores. Example: cow, goat. These all comes under etc. These all comes under the primary consumers. All the herbivores come under the primary consumers. Next, secondary consumers. So, what is the secondary consumers? All the carnivorous animals. What is the carnivores? Animals that eat the flesh of the other animal. What are the carnivores? Carnivores are the animals that eat the flesh of the other animals. These are called the carnivores. So these carnivores come under the secondary consumers. All the carnivorous organisms come under the secondary consumers. Examples of carnivores we can give: lion, tiger. Lion, tiger, these comes under the secondary consumers. All the carnivores come under the secondary consumers. Under this, one more comes the tertiary consumers. Tertiary consumers, and in tertiary consumers, all the omnivores comes. What are the omnivores? That eat both plant and animal. The organism which eat both plant and animal comes under the omnivores or are called omnivores. These omnivores comes under the tertiary consumers. What are the tertiary consumers? The tertiary consumer consists of all the omnivores. Omnivores are the organisms that eat both plant and animal. Example: dog, cat. These all humans. These all come under the tertiary consumers. Okay. Last, scavengers and decomposers. So what are the scavengers? Scavengers are the organisms that feed on dead animals. They are known as scavengers. The animals that feeds on the dead organisms are called the scavengers. Example we can give: eagle and vulture. Eagle and vulture are the organisms which feed on dead organisms, and thus they are called the scavengers. What are the scavengers? Scavengers are the organisms that feed on dead animals. Last, decomposers. So decomposers are the organisms that feed on the decaying matter, that feed on decaying organic matter. The organisms that feed on dead and decaying organic matters are called the decomposers. Examples are all microorganisms, all microorganisms come under the decomposers. Example: bacteria, fungi, etc. So these all come under the decomposers. Okay. So my dear students, here is a quick revision. So today what we will have learned? Today we have learned about how that biotic components are related with each other. So how biotic components are related with each other? Plants provide, what plant provide? Plant provides shelter, plant provide oxygen, plant provide food to the living organism. Next, what does the animal help the plant? Animal help the plant to multiply. In what ways they help for the multiply? With the help of transfer of pollen grains from the birds like butterfly, with the transfer of seed through their droppings like elephant, cow does. And third, some animals like sheep, goat, they carry the seeds in their skin. Next, we have learned how the nutrition recycling takes place. So nutrition recycling takes place through two methods, that is autotrophs and heterotrophs nutrition. What are the autotrophs? Autotrophs are the organisms which prepare their own food. So what is the only example of the autotrophs? The only example of the autotrophs is the green plants. Though green plants prepare their own food, they are also called the producers. They are also called the producers. What is the heterotrophs? Heterotrophs are the organisms which do not prepare their own food and depended on other organisms for their food. What are the three categories under the autotrophs we have learned? Primary, secondary, tertiary, or we can say scavengers and decomposers. So what are the primary consumers? Primary consumers are the organisms that eat only plants. All the herbivores come under the primary consumer. Next we saw about the secondary consumers. So all the carnivores come under the secondary consumers. Example were lion and tiger. What are the carnivores? Carnivores are the animals that eat only the flesh of the other organism. Next we saw about the tertiary consumers. So tertiary consumers are the organisms which feed on both plant and animal. Which feed on both plant and animals. Which feed on both plant and animal are called omnivores. Example, dog and cat. Next we saw about scavengers. What are scavengers? Scavengers are the animals that feed on dead animals. The organisms that feed on dead animals are called scavengers. Example are eagle and vulture. Last we saw about the decomposers. So animals that feed on the decaying matter, decaying organic matter are called the decomposers. Examples of decomposers are called the microorganisms. Example, bacteria and fungi. So this is a quick revision we have seen. Now what is today's homework? Today your homework is to learn question and answer, 6 question and answer of chapter number 1st. And I will take the test in the form of revision. So you have to learn this question answer of chapter number 1. 6 question answer you have to learn. Okay.